Hi, everyone. My name is Sudham Seti Duba. So here they will be calling us Sudhir. So don't get confused. So I have this in IT industry 3+ years of experience, and in the communication technology, I have 7+ of years of experience. So these are the certifications what I've done. So if you need any help in the course point of view, or if you are planning for any other certification that we have not discussed here, you can reach out to me. Okay, so don't worry that you have to ask only the questions related to this particular course and all. If you need any career guidance, or if you need any help in the certification that you are planning with, you can talk to me on that as well. Okay, so these are the certifications which I've done, and on the top two you can see it is a Kubernetes certifications which we have. And I would say after the completion of this particular course, you can plan for the certification as well on Kubernetes, which is widely used by many of the organizations. And if you want your resume to be shortlisted on the top, you have to have some certification. So since other certifications are a bit complex for us, and Kubernetes certification is pretty easy because it is a practical session and all. Who has idea on Red Hat certification, right? It's almost equivalent to it. So here we can see I did certification on CKA and CKS, that is Certified Kubernetes Administrator and Certified Kubernetes Security Specialist. Apart from this, I'm holding other certifications from Microsoft Azure, that is Azure DevOps Engineer and Azure Administrator. And then followed by AWS, I hold Solution Architect Associate and then OpenStack Administrator. So this is pretty much about me. And if you want any guidance in the career level or in your organization level and all, please reach out to me anytime. So don't hesitate. Okay. Now, so before starting this particular course, I know that people have done some particular R&D about few points, right? If before learning this particular DevSecOps course and all from AWS Cloud, you might have done some particular research, or you might have heard something from your IT people who are working on the organizations and all. I'll ask you pretty simple questions which you might have heard in the daily process and all. The first question which I want to ask is, what is information technology? Does anyone know what is information technology? So right now we are hearing a lot. So you're also looking for an opportunity in IT industry, right? But do you know what is information technology? Anyone? You can talk, you can be free. So think as if you're talking to your friend, and then you can open up. Don't hesitate, don't feel shy, nothing. Because you don't know me and I don't know you. I'm not seeing you, right? So you can talk whatever you want. Anyone can answer this? It is not related to course. It is purely related to the basic questions like general knowledge, we call it as.
That's a technology which, can you hear me?
So
Yeah.
yeah, I can.
So, according to me, information technology, a technology which gives communication between user and then the administrations. It could be like applications. It could be the hardware industry. So, information between two parties with the
Any example related to our daily usage that we do?
that phone with this information technology talk and that whatever you're using the
Yes,
IT.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you a lot. So information technology is nothing but the device what you use to store the information, to send the information, and to receive the information. That is information technology, right? Your mobile devices, your servers, satellites, all this comes under information technology. Internet, what you are using right now. So without having internet, can you do any WhatsApp calls, video calls, and all? And you can talk to the relatives or your friends or your colleagues or somewhere sitting on the geographical location. Now it is possible because of this internet, right? So this is the technology what they have developed to share the information between devices or between human beings or anything else. That's all about information technology. I hope now everyone got some idea what is information technology. I think so. Okay. Now another question. What is website? Does anyone know about this? Don't hesitate. Whatever you just try to explain that or express that.
Uh,
Website
uh,
can be of
Go, go. There's some background noise from your side. Yeah, thank you. Anyone can answer?
The
Website can be a
website.
collection of different web pages which can provide information about particular organization, institute, or about some particular thing.
Exactly right. So website is nothing but a combination of pages. For example, you have facebook.com, right? In facebook.com, first, what is a page that you see? Login page, right?
Yes.
After you're providing your information, then you will be able to log into Facebook. So login page is one page, what you see. And once you log in, you will see your account details. That is one page. And the in profile, what you see is one page. So combination of web pages is nothing but website, right? So what web page will store? Like images, audio, video, or any text message. That is a web page. So web page can be designed with any language like HTML, XML, CSS styling, or we can use React.js or AngularJS, whatever you want. By using some program, we will design a web page. So combination of these particular pages is nothing but a website. I hope everyone got some idea. So do you oppose this any sentence which I've told, or you are okay with this?
I want to
Done.
add
Which
few
I have
points
told.
like
Yeah, you can.
yeah, just it's a combination means as you said, it's a combination of pages and the database and backend and
No, no,
APIs.
no, no database. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about only website.
You're talking about only a static one.
No, dynamic as well, right? So dynamic in the sense what you are getting the information. That's all. I'm not talking about from where you're getting this information. I hope you
Okay,
understood the
okay.
point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, understood. Answer the
It's
question.
not about how you get this information. I just want to tell that what you're seeing on the screen when you open a website, that is a page.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah? Okay then.
yeah.
Now let's talk about another point. What is operating system you are using on daily basis? You can give an example of Android, iOS, or Windows. We have these many operating systems, right, which we are using on daily basis. So what is the purpose of operating system? Why have to use an operating system? Any idea about it?
Uh, that helps a user, I think, that helps user to
Okay,
check.
don't think that how I will what you're talking about. Just say what you know. That's all. Don't feel shy.
Yeah, no, I'm not feeling saying it's my opinion. So I
Yeah, yeah.
think its operating system is that it helps user to operate and interact with the computer or any machines or any sites.
Hardware.
Sorry.
For example, as a human being, I need to talk to a hardware, right? So
Yeah,
human being
hardware.
has a language for communication, and
Mhm.
hardware will have their own language for communication. That is binary language. So as a human being, I need to talk to my hardware like CPU, memory, motherboard, and other devices, right? So they cannot understand my mother tongue. English, whatever we have. So this
Mhm.
operating system, what it will do, it will act like a mediator between you, the user, and the or a program or a software, and then it will convert that particular language into a binary format. That is the main purpose of using operating system. Okay, and not only that, to run your applications, multitasking. That is the reason why we use operating system right now. Hope that is clear, right? So these are like fundamentals. I just want to convey that this is the basics level of idea that we need to have. It's not about we are learning the tool or a software, whatever it is. We need to have some basic understanding as well. That's where my teaching will start. Okay. If you are new to this particular entire technology and all, you are coming from different background. Let's say IT, non-IT, or MBA, MCA, whatever it is. We are not cared about it. Just you need to understand the concept from scratch. That's how it will start. Some people might feel bored because you know about this, maybe, but yet I have to think about the person who doesn't know about it in our team, the course what we are joining with. So that's the reason we will be starting as per visual path from my side. I'll be starting everything from scratch, from basics. So to express that, I've asked these questions. I hope you understood what I'm going to teach in the basic level. Okay. Now coming back to the actual point, what is cloud computing? The last question which I want to ask. Now we are hearing about AWS cloud, Azure cloud, Alibaba cloud, IBM cloud and all, right? What is cloud computing, first of all? The last question. I don't want to be outside of this, but still.
Actually, we use cloud to store data remotely. So this helps users in accessing the data. So that's why it is in boom right now, cloud computing. That's the
Okay.
main reason.
Okay. To frame your sentence, it is nothing but providing an IT resource or on-demand resource over the internet is called as cloud computing. That's
Yeah,
how, right?
kind of. Yeah, yeah.
That's how it is. So that is cloud computing. For example, earlier, if I need to purchase a mobile, right, what we used to do, we used to go to the store. Is that true? Now, what happened when there is a big billion day in Flipkart or Amazon? We are purchasing nowadays mobiles from our, sorry, we are purchasing our mobiles from our internet itself, like Flipkart, Amazon applications and all. So what that have done, it has simplified our job because of this particular cloud computing. So it is providing you a resource over the internet. That is called as cloud computing. So these are the 4 points that you have to remember before entering into IT industry. Learning about any tool, whether you are a developer, whether you are a DevOps engineer, DevSecOps engineer, or any other team, SRE or what it is. Sorry?
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Can you explain me cloud computing? It's a very simple language because I'm not from the IT background, so I could not
Okay.
understand it. Yeah.
So cloud computing is nothing but providing on-demand IT resource. So let us talk about that. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I need to purchase server right now. Server in the sense, you know what is server?
Yeah, I know, sir.
Okay. So now if I need to purchase a server or a laptop, for example, what I used to do, I need to go to the market, search for a laptop, and then I have
Mm-hmm.
to get it to my home and I need to configure that. Okay.
Okay.
And to maintain that, I have to do some particular tasks. Means I need to have some AC in the room to cool down the
Mm-hmm.
temperature on the laptop and all. So this
Mm-hmm.
is my investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hope you got. So this is
Yeah,
my
I got.
investment. Now what
Mm-hmm.
happened? Instead of purchasing this laptop like this, I can talk to some particular provider.
Okay.
Okay, they will give me
Okay.
a server to me and I will access that server over the internet. If I have internet
Okay.
connection, that is enough. I can log into
Mm-hmm.
that server from anywhere in the geographical location. But if you
Okay.
need to log into your laptop, what you have to do, you have to carry it or you have to
Yeah.
sit in front of the system of that
Mm-hmm.
particular system, right?
Yeah.
So solving this particular problem is called as cloud computing. Another example, you are using internet at your home, right?
Yeah.
So what is that internet provider? Any name? Is
That
it
would be
Fiber or Geo, Airtel? What is that?
it's a Geo. Yeah.
Geo,
No,
right?
no,
So what?
Geo.
Anything? Some
Yeah.
X, some
Anything. Yeah.
X. Yeah. So Geo, what it is there? Are they doing you? They are giving you internet connection to your home.
Yeah.
So are you doing any investment in that?
Yeah. Paying money. That's it.
That's it, right?
Paying.
So you're not cared about the servers, satellites,
No.
people paying salary to that particular team who are
No.
managing the servers and all. You're not doing that. That is not your job,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That part will be taken care by service provider. And as a user, you have to pay only for what you have used,
Okay.
right? That is cloud computing in simple word.
Okay. Got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, fine, fine. Always. So these are like fundamentals. So what I want to convey is fundamentals are the most important to survive in IT industry. Not about learning the technology. Everybody can teach you. I'm not saying that no one can teach this. Everybody can. But the problem is fundamentals are the most important to understand the concept. Just to express that, I've asked you these questions. Okay. So let's jump into the actual course program of DevSecOps. Here I've written DevOps. I have written a separate slide for express the security tools what I'm going to teach. Okay. In AWS, we will be covering some particular service. But before learning any cloud, first you need to learn about operating system. In the operating system right now, we will be learning about Linux operating system. Why we are going for Linux operating? Because it is open source and it is widely used by many of the organizations. As simple as that. Okay, that's the reason why we'll be learning Linux operating system. And in Linux, we have so many flavors like Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, Debian. There are so many flavors. Now the question which everybody will have is, do I need to learn all the flavors? It's not mandate. To enter into this particular technology, first you have to learn one tool. Other tools will be of the same functionality, only the options will get changed. So you have to learn one operating system in Linux, that is Ubuntu. Why I'm choosing Ubuntu? Because everybody has to download and they have to use it. So Ubuntu is an open source operating system and Ubuntu is widely used. If you go to the organization, most of the companies are using Red Hat operating system or Ubuntu operating system or Debian. So most of the market was occupied by Red Hat and Ubuntu operating system. Why? Because of that, it is open source and it is stable. It is not because of open source. It is stable and it is widely, they are developing the functionalities of this operating system. And in that, we need to use only server edition. Do you know what is meant by desktop and server edition in operating system? Anyone has some idea? I just want to have some interaction, so that's the reason I'm asking you. So if anyone knows what is server edition and what is desktop edition, any just example, if you don't know how to express it, any example.
Server.
Ubuntu is the best Windows is best example, right, for GUI. Desktop edition, yeah, Windows is the desktop, right, what you're using right now at your home. So that is called as GUI. So in GUI, what is the flexibility that we have? We don't need to run any CLI commands. We can just open the application first by searching it. Is that true? I hope that is true, right? So are you typing any commands in Windows to open any application, to play some VLC player, to open a browser? Are you running any commands? No, right?
No.
So that's how. So it's more of GUI, where we can talk to the operating system by using input devices like keyboard and mouse. That is all about GUI. Okay, what is server edition? We can use only keyboard. We can't use any mouse and you will not see any applications. You have to type only CLI commands. So in IT industry, no one will be using desktop edition. They'll be using only server edition. So from here onwards, from this particular course, you have to start learning what is server edition and how to handle the operating system by using server edition, not desktop. It is only our flexibility. Okay, that is the reason why don't use your flexibility to your real-time projects. That's the reason why we have to learn server edition. Okay, initial days it is bit what to say, hard to remember, but once you are flexible, right, after 2 days or 3 days, you will get familiar with this operating system. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'll be teaching you all the commands. What are the things I just want to make it flexible for you. Okay, and then after learning this operating system, we have to learn the shell scripting as well, kind of automation. Because if I need to run some commands, you have to wait for the result, you have to run the commands and all. Now what I will do, I will keep all my commands in a file and I want to execute all the commands which I've written in the file. That is a scripting what we have. I don't want to talk too much about this. So we have to learn about shell scripting as well. These are like fundamentals. Before entering into AWS DevSecOps, first we have to complete about operating system and shell scripting. After that, after this was done, like a prerequisite to your DevSecOps, now we have to start learning AWS services. So what are the AWS services we have to learn? Let us see. We have IAM and we have EC2, VPC. IAM is for authentication authorization and then EC2 is for creating a virtual machines on AWS cloud. VPC is nothing but creating a network. We have storages like EBS, Elastic File System, S3 bucket, load balancer, auto scaling group, ECR, Elastic Container Registry, Elastic Container Service, EKS like Elastic Kubernetes Service, Lambda Service, Route 53, CloudFront, Amazon Certificate Manager, AWS Backup, CloudTrail, CloudWatch, Mackey, and then System Manager, and then Cloud Shell, then Code Commit, RDS, Elastic Cache, all these are things. So you have to learn these particular services. Then you will be having some understanding on this particular AWS cloud. AWS full form is nothing but Amazon Web Services. So if I need to create some particular solution to my client, for example, you are working for a client. Now he will tell you some requirements. What is your job right now? I have to create a solution for the requirement what client has asked. If I need to create a solution on AWS cloud, I have to know all the services what we have. It doesn't mean that you need to learn all the services. What is needed as a AWS administrator or DevSecOps engineer, we have to learn only those services, which are listed here right now. I cannot express what is the service and all right now because no one will understand what is that. I just want to display that these are the services what we have to learn in AWS cloud as part of AWS service administration. Okay. So any questions in this? Okay. Now another
Yeah, my
topic is nothing.
question. Hello.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my question is that these are the topics we're talking. So that is
Yes.
bouncing on my head because I'm non-IT person, but
Yeah.
it looks very interesting. So is it for me like suitable? Like I'll be able to understand all this topic if someone is from non-IT background as well?
There are two things here. The
Yeah.
person who is trying to train has to convey for a non-IT background as well. That is one thing. Second thing is we have to practice, right? These are the two
Okay.
major concepts if you want to survive in any industry, not about AWS, cloud, nothing. I'm in
Mhm.
general I'm talking about. So as a trainer, I'll be teaching from scratch. I gave you one example, right? The questions what I'm asking. So everything you have to start from scratch. If I talk about AWS VPC, for example,
Mhm.
without talking about networking, if I talk about VPC, no one will understand what is that.
Okay.
Network in the sense what? IPv4, IPv6. You are from graduation, like BTech and all?
So I have done MBA and I have 7 years experience
Yeah.
in non-IT.
Before that,
Yeah. Sorry,
before MBA, what you have done?
I've done BSc.
BSc, right? So, for example, now you are non-IT background. So purely your non-IT background, right?
Yeah.
So I have to
Purely
start from scratch. Yeah, that is the reason why we are starting from Linux operating system. What is operating system? We are starting from there,
okay.
okay, to the high level. So that is the reason why this course will take 3 months to complete. Understood,
And
right?
that three
So
months
why?
is enough to understand and go through Linux and operating system and that.
That's all. That is more than enough. Just you have to practice daily. Sit for 2 hours. What I've teached and what are
Mhm.
the task I gave you, just do that. That is more than enough. Okay.
Okay.
The
Okay.
only
Thank you.
suggestion from my end is don't keep everything on the weekend because there will be vast syllabus, right? 5 days I'll be teaching more. Then you
Mhm.
have to practice on a single day. That may not be flexible, right? My recommendation is adjust yourself and try to practice on daily basis.
And how
Okay,
many hours you'll be going to teach in a day?
1 hour a day, 1 hour a day.
1 hour.
If it is running out of syllabus, right, I'll be taking on Saturday. But Saturday, Sunday will be holiday based on the syllabus what we are teaching. If it is running out of time, then I'll be taking on Saturday as well, 1 hour session.
Okay. Thank you.
Timings and all, Malti will be intimating you. Timings, course fees, when it will start and all.
That's
She will be taking care of it. Okay.
okay. Thank
Yeah. Any technical questions, you can talk to me.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, yeah, no
Hello.
problem. You can.
Yeah. Actually, compared to DevOps is DevSecOps. What is
Mhm.
the difference, main difference from DevOps and DevSecOps?
Can I go ahead with another slide? Then I can explain you. We are in the early stage of discussing this. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have said that only from AWS code commit, code build, this all these
Mhm.
things, rest of the all the things you not written from here. You have
No,
to
no, no. That's
totally
what I'm
all.
saying. I'm in the starting of the demo right now. So I've not even shown you other slides. So once I completed my slides, right, then you can ask this question. The topics which have not covered that you are expecting. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I got your question. You are saying that some services you are not looking at here. I'm in the first slide itself. We have so many slides to talk about.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. Any other questions related to this topics which I have done till now? Now, another important topic is nothing but if you search in Google and all, Kubernetes. So that is a current trending technology right now because every organization is running their applications in containers. Okay. I will just tell you orally, just try to remember that. If you don't know about it, in the actual course, I will teach you. If you want to run your website, what we need to have? Any idea? Anyone has some idea? If you need to run a website, what we need to have?
Server.
No, what server we need to have, but to run a website I'm talking about. Yes, we need to have server. On that, what you need to have?
Console URL.
No, no, no. Anything else?
Storage.
Any other guess?
Data.
No. Web
Application.
server. Web server.
Yeah.
Domain.
To run a website,
Data.
what we need to have? No, no, no. I'll just give a pause. So to run a website, we need to have a web server. What are the web servers that you know?
Apache,
Do you know
Apache
Tomcat.
any web
Nginx.
servers? Nginx, Apache, Tomcat. From Windows, we have IIS. So these are the examples. So, for example, I will give you a pretty simple example. If you want to run a movie on your laptop, what we need to have? Imagine your movie as a website. To run that particular movie right now, what you need to have in your laptop?
VLC
Internet.
player.
Media player, VLC.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to have VLC player or MX player or anything else. Now those are called as web servers. Imagine like that. Okay. So to run a website, we need to have a web server. To run a web server, what we need to have? To run a VLC player in your laptop, what you need to have?
Internet.
No, no, not internet connection. Even though if I don't have internet connection, I will store in a pen drive VLC player application and will give it to you. You can install it, right? No need to have internet connection for that. Any other option?
How
You
much of
guess?
expense?
Sorry?
Leela, you can mute.
Hey, someone, I hear some background noise because of that. Other people, I'm not able to hear the other voice. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, someone is saying something. Yeah, any other answers on this? We need an operating system. If you want to run a VLC player, what you need to have? Windows operating system, right? Without having operating system, can you run VLC player? No, right? If you need to run Flipkart on your mobile, what you need to have? Android operating system or iOS operating system, right? So without having operating system, you cannot run your web servers or applications. Then only you can run your actual content. So to run this operating system also, we need a server. That is a hierarchy model. First, we need a server. On that server, you need to install operating system. On the operating system, you need to run your web server. Then you need to run your website. Okay, so this is a hierarchy structure, what you have to remember. Again, I will talk about this. For now, just remember this. Okay, now earlier what we used to do, in order to run our applications, we used to use a physical machine, nothing but a laptop. Imagine like that. Now, what is the next technology that they have developed? Virtual machines. Okay, so after that, what is the technology right now? Containerizations. To run your applications, earlier we used to use virtual machines, sorry, physical machines. After that, we have virtual machines. Now we are using containers to run your applications. So that containers are nothing but Docker engine and Kubernetes. Those are the tools which we have to learn about containerization technology. So I'll be taking care of that. I'll be teaching that. Even learning only this particular tool, right? You can survive in IT industry. You'll get pretty good jobs on this particular, but you have to concentrate more and you have to practice what I'm teaching. After completing this Docker and Kubernetes, right, you can plan for certification as well, which I've shown you in the first slide of my introduction. That is CKA and CKS. Even you can plan for that. I will help you out. Don't worry about how to prepare and all. I'll give you the career guidance as well. Resume preparation, what are the certifications you're planning, what guidance you want, okay, any support. So I'll be providing that. Don't worry about it. Not job support, okay, career wise support, okay. So, but you will not understand this particular points what I have written, but these are the topics which I want to cover. Okay, so I just want to explain that. And Docker and Kubernetes. It's a vast syllabus. I have to complete that. Okay. Next, coming to the actual point is what are the DevOps tools? I'm not even talking about DevSecOps. Till now, I'm talking about DevOps. So, but does anyone know what is DevOps? Is it a tool? First question is DevOps is a tool or not? Yes or no?
No.
No,
Then what it is that? Why DevOps? What is that name? It
it
is
is
not a tool
method.
name. What you've told.
It is
Then what is the
method.
name?
Development and operations.
That is fine. Development plus operations is nothing but development. Sorry, DevOps.
It's a
So
software
DevOps is not
development.
a tool. No, it's
It
not
is
a
a
tool.
method.
It's just a community name or the procedure what we follow. Okay, to bring your developers and operations team together. Earlier, what we used to happen is, I'll tell you just an orally some particular concept. Earlier, developers used to use some particular tools, operations team to use another tools. Who are operations team? Who will deploy applications? Okay, the person who will deploy application is called as operations. For example, the person who will design the website is called as developer. For example, I'm saying software developer, whatever it is. Now, this developer to run the code, he used to use one particular tool. Operations team will use another tool. Now, because of this, what will happen? Developer will say that in my system it is working fine. The code what you develop is working fine. Now, operations team when they're deploying it, they will say that the code is not working fine. Now there is a gap between these two people, developers and operations team. So to fill this particular gap and to use a common tools, DevOps came into culture. So DevOps, what it will do, it will try to use common tools in your organization. So that developer will be writing a code and it will execute on the same tool. Operations team, sorry, operations team also will be running the code on the same tool itself. Now you cannot tell that it is not working fine and all. That is the advantage of using DevOps. And because of this, every organization across the IT industry has adopted this particular culture, DevOps culture. Okay, let us see what are the tools that we have to learn as part of DevOps. First, we need to learn about Jenkins. Okay, and that is one of the CI/CD tool, that is continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment. It comes under automation. And then we have Prometheus and Grafana for Kubernetes. KATS is nothing but Kubernetes. That is a shortcut name. Prometheus and Grafana are nothing but monitoring tools. So these are used to monitor your applications running inside the Kubernetes cluster. So these are like monitoring tools what we will be learning. And then we will be learning Git. Git is nothing but everybody has to learn Git. Whether you are a developer, whether you are a manager, whether you are a senior manager, senior developer, team lead, or you're a developer, whatever it is, or operations team, everybody has to learn Git. Nothing but version control system. I'll give you some history of this in the later course, but Git also will be covered as part of DevOps. And then we'll be covering Ansible, which comes under configuration management tool. We have many tools under configuration management, but we will be using Ansible. And then we have Terraform, which is pretty important for your career. I told you Docker Kubernetes is so important, and after that, Terraform is the most important as per DevOps or DevSecOps. Okay, and then SonarQube. SonarQube is used to use some particular static code analysis. Uh, you know what is static code? Does anyone know about it? What is static code? What is a compiled code and non-compiled code? At least any idea about it? What is a compiled code and non-compiled code?
That code
When the
means
code was run, so it means it is compiled code.
I'm asking just what is compiled? Compiled in the sense what?
Just checking whether
Because
it's
first
running
you
or
write
not.
raw code, right? Yeah, when you write a C language or C++, Java, .NET, Go language, Python, whatever it is, you will write a code, right? That is a raw code. It is not a compiled code. Now, after that, you will compile the code. Compile in the sense what? You are converting that into binary, executable file. That is called as compiled code. or executable code. I hope I have just explained with an example. Okay, the code what you're writing, right, in Python, Java, whatever it is, that is a raw code. For example, you write like class, functions, variables, methods, and all, right? That is a raw code what you write. And after that, you will compile it. Means you are converting that into machine level language, means executable file, binary file. Okay. Now, what is SonarQube? SonarQube will do some analysis on your code. On which code it will do? Not on compiled code. On your raw code. So in raw code, what it will identify? Whether you have written a code properly or not, and it will tell you whether we have any duplicate codes that you have written. See, as a developer, I might be writing some code, some piece of code. After a few months, I'll be writing the same piece of code again. I don't know about that. Then what is that called? Duplicating code. So we should not write any duplicate codes or code smells. So these kind of things will be identified by SonarQube. That is the advantage of using this particular tool. I just want to explain in a single sentence. As per the demo, in the actual course, you will understand about this SonarQube installation, how to configure all these things. Okay. And the Python programming language, we are not teaching in this course, but we are giving as an option. We'll give you video access. If you want to learn about Python, you can learn about it. Okay. But I'm not teaching this particular topic in this course. Okay. Because everybody is not comfortable in programming. Scripting is different, programming is different. I'm teaching only scripting right now. Programming, if you want to learn, will give you the access. Okay, in that they will explain about Python programming language that you can learn. Okay, that's the only thing which I am not teaching, which I kept it as an option. Okay, now any questions in this area right now under
We
DevOps
can cover
tools?
shell scripting.
Sorry.
We can cover in shell scripting.
Yeah, shell scripting, I'll be covering it. Don't worry about it. I'll be taking care of.
Maven.
Maven, Gradle and all, these are not DevOps tools. Okay, it's used to convert your source code into, it's a compilation of the code. Maven. What Maven will do is it will convert your Java code into WAR file or DAR file. So we will be using Node.js. I'll be covering npm tool.
Mhm.
Okay, npm run build. I'll be using that. So don't stick to the Maven tool because Maven is only specific for Java. Tomorrow, if you are
Yes.
working on .NET,
Mhm.
then you cannot use Maven, right? So I would say don't concentrate on them. It is just a CLI commands what you can run. Okay. You might have heard somewhere, but Maven, I will tell you, Maven is just a tool which will convert your source code into WAR file to run your application. That's all. It doesn't do anything else apart from that. Any other questions from anyone? No? Okay. Now let's talk about security tools. Now this course is all about DevOps plus security. That is nothing but DevSecOps. What is DevSecOps? Development plus security plus operations. So security is another team. Now earlier security used to be done manually. If I want to check some particular security checks and all, right, I used to use manual approach. Now what happened, since DevOps culture has been adopted by most of the organizations, they are integrating security checks in the part of DevOps cycle. That's the reason we have a new job role called DevSecOps. So we are covering DevOps tools as well as security tools. That's the reason I created a separate slide for this to understand, so that everybody will understand that security is one part of DevOps. Okay, now it's not quite different. You are learning DevOps plus you are learning DevSecOps as well. Security. Additionally, you are learning security. So what are the security tools we have? Privy is one of the tool which is used by continuous, and then Docker security using CIS, and then Kubebench, Kubelinter. So these are the security tools what we will be learning as part of DevSecOps. I'll tell you about this particular tools. This is more of Docker and Kubernetes. So we will be integrating security checks in our running applications on Docker and Kubernetes cluster. And we will be automating this particular process as well. Okay. And one more point which I want to explain is we'll be teaching GitHub Actions as well. I'll be here. What I've written, I just written Jenkins, right? I'll be teaching one more tool, that is GitHub Actions. That is also a CI/CD functionality. Okay, so please note that if you have not seen in the course syllabus and somewhere else, please note down that we'll be teaching GitHub Actions as well. GitHub Actions. Okay. Now,
Like
coming back to the
GitHub Actions means entire
uh, for
CSCD, right?
example, it is like a CI/CD tool.
Yeah.
We have Jenkins, right? So Jenkins is one of the tool. GitHub Actions is another tool. What are the
It
other
is
tools
new
we have?
technology, right?
Sorry?
New technology, right? New tool, right?
No, no, no. It is existing one. I'll tell you one history. Earlier, GitHub was owned by someone else. A few years back, it is acquired by Microsoft. Okay. When Microsoft acquired it, they implemented CI/CD in the GitHub as well.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to implement CI/CD by using Git, we have a GitHub website where we can implement that. Okay. I'll tell you about that. For now, just remember that we'll be teaching GitHub Actions as well. That is one of the CI/CD tool.
By the
Okay.
help of scripting, right?
No, no need to write any script. Just you have to write a YAML file. That's all. Pretty simple. You no need to write any programming language. You no need to have any programming, what is a development idea as well. Just you need to know how to write a file. Okay. Without writing any program.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. If it is a programming, right? I could have told it is a programming language. Python is programming language, right? We are not teaching that. Okay. In my course. So
No,
after
GitHub.
learning this, yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah,
sorry.
small doubt. Yeah, small doubt. Like
Yes.
you have said that in GitHub Action, that is development part, right?
No, 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 not at all. No.
If there any changes,
See,
if
I'll tell you, GitHub is nothing but to store your code.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
after storing the code in your GitHub, I need to execute the code, right? Who will execute the code? You will
DevOps
execute it manually. We should not execute it manually, right? Everything is automation in DevOps.
automation. Right, right.
So who will execute that right now? CI/CD tools.
Yeah, true. Right.
What are the CI/CD tools I'm teaching right now in this course? Jenkins
Jenkins.
and GitHub Actions. Hope
Yeah.
now you understood this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Got it right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, if you don't understand, please let me know. Don't compromise on the answer.
Oh, okay, okay. I got it. I got it. Actually, CI/CD
Yeah.
development by the help of is
No, no,
scripting.
no. You are thinking that, see, Git in the sense you don't need to be a developer. Developers, most of the things will be used by developer Git. Okay.
Yeah.
You are writing a
Mm,
Terraform code, right? Terraform means you
yeah.
are not writing a programming language. You will be writing a code. Ansible, you will be writing a YAML files. Now, where you will store these particular files? Not in your local system.
Git.
Okay, we'll be storing in Git. So
Yeah.
not only developers will be using Git, even we will be using Git. Operations team also will be using Git. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
GitHub Actions, you said. That is, I'm asking. GitHub
Exactly.
Actions.
GitHub Actions is nothing but one of the CI/CD tool
Yeah. Okay.
to
Okay.
do automation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So what are the tools I
Done, Sudha.
displayed right now, right? Everything comes under automation. Ansible, Terraform, Jenkins, CI/CD, all this comes under automation.
From your security purpose, you have said only Docker and Kubernetes, and
No, no,
remaining
no.
like
The tools which I've told, right? Trivi,
yeah,
Kubebench, all these are tools. By using these tools, we will be identifying security breaches. Okay. We will be implementing security to our workflow. Okay.
smart out. Like if I have learned these three things, like if
Yeah.
a package very heavy or like DevSecOps, like
Which
Dev
three?
security plus operations, right? Three, na?
Okay. Hmm.
If it is possible to get a job, then higher packages.
See, I will tell you a simple, straightforward answer. Okay.
Yeah.
See, package all depends upon knowledge what you have. First
Yes.
answer to it. Okay.
Mhm.
See, company has to pay you a salary. If I need to pay you, you need to have more than what I've expected, right? Obviously. If
Yes.
you are
Yes.
well knowledged, then obviously I will pay you more salary. It all depends upon knowledge what you have. Simple answer to it. So what you have learned, what you have practiced, and what you have executed, it all depends upon your package. Straight away, I cannot tell you that since someone is kept in YouTube saying that I am having only 1.0 experience, I am holding 30 lakhs and all. Everywhere it is not possible, right?
That's right. That is
Out of
I'm saying
100,
like
only one
what
person.
yeah
Yeah,
what you
yeah. Go
have
ahead.
said that what is the tools are you described here. That is I put it
Mhm.
onto my resume, right?
So if you want to add in your resume, you can add 5+ years of experience with this knowledge,
Yes.
what I'm teaching right now in this course.
Yeah.
Okay. It is from 0 to 5 years experience. You can add whatever you want. So even 0 years of experience will be having the same knowledge what I've teach. Even 5+ years of experience person will be having the same knowledge.
Right. Right.
That's what
Right.
I'll be teaching from scratch. Okay. If you want to add any fake experience and all, it's up to you. You can add up to 5 years.
Okay. Okay.
See, no hesitation, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Like
Because
the
it's
market
all
is
about our
very
salary,
senior
our
now.
everything, right? See, nowadays we have to, in the competition world, we have to compromise on few things.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
need to have some experience, I have to add some fake experience. But you need to justify for that particular fake experience, right? I'm adding 3 years experience. If I don't answer any questions in the interview, will I recruit you? No, right?
No.
Straightforward. That's all. So what you learned is the all matters for us. How much package, what salary, what flexibility you'll get. It all depends upon how we have answered in our interview. How
That's
your interviewer has impressed on your way of explaining. That all matters for
apart.
us.
Yeah. Apart from this, you can explain the like daily activities and what are they
Obviously,
doing.
see, I'll be explaining about agile model, what is Scrum model, what is blue green deployment, what is canary deployment, okay,
Yeah.
and rolling
Jira.
update. All these like
Jira.
Jira tools. These things I'll be teaching. That is part of out of this course actually, but still I'll be teaching them. Don't worry about that. Okay, what is Scrum model? What is Scrum Master? What is a Jira tool? What they do in that? Okay, I'll be
What are
teaching
the
that.
updates? Yeah. What are the
Yeah, yeah.
updates?
Yeah, for freshers, it is not needed. For freshers, it is not needed. Who want to add some fake experience, what I've told you right now, at least for 5 years or 6 years and all, then I need to explain that. So I'll take a separate session on that. I'll just intimate you. On this day, I'm taking this particular session about what is Jira tool and all. If you want, you can join. If you don't, if you feel that it is not needed, you no need to join. It all depends upon our requirement.
I think this is to 30, 90 days program, right?
Yeah, 90 days. Obviously, you see, you have seen the content, right? So for me
Yeah.
to teach, at least it will take 3 months for sure. I cannot say only 2 points and complete that particular topic. I cannot do that actually. You can talk to my older students. Malti will give you some numbers and all. If you want, you can talk to them. Or my suggestion is, don't worry about paying the what do you say, what do you say, the fees and all. Join for the course for at least 3 to 4 days. Listen to my way of teaching. See whether you are comfortable or not, whether you are understanding or not. Then take a decision. So Visualpath always is open. So we are so
Okay.
transparent saying that don't worry about the paying the fees straight away in the first day itself. We are not that particular concept actually. Listen to the course for 4 days at least, 3 to 4 days or 5 days. They'll not ask you any fee. Listen to that and see whether you are able to understand my way of teaching. Because I cannot tell that 100 people out of people who are joining, 100 people will understand my way of teaching. People cannot understand. Few people cannot understand. Okay, so that's the reason I say everyone, whether it is online course what I teach or offline course which I teach at Visualpath, I used to say the same thing. First join the course, listen how I am teaching, see how you are understanding, then take a decision. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hello,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sudha.
Yes, yes.
So I have
Can
one
I take the
question
question?
like,
Can I take the questions at the end? Sorry, sorry. Can I take the questions at the end? Because we are running out of time, so that's the reason. Is that okay?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we'll talk at the end of the session. Okay, we have QA, then we'll talk about it. Now, after learning these particular topics, so what is my next plan? Let's talk about that. Do you know roadmap? What is a roadmap? Any guess? What is the roadmap?
Way.
Only a burner is there.
Don't tell me Google Maps and all. I'm talking about roadmap. Career path. If I need to be a DevOps engineer, what I have to do? That is called as roadmap. So here I'm displaying here right now DevOps roadmap. If I need to be a DevOps engineer or DevSecOps engineer, which I have not covered here, what I have to learn? You can see the second point. What I displayed, sorry. Yeah, you can see here, right? Out of server administration, we have to learn one particular server. So what operating system we are learning in this course? Linux. After that, we need to learn about servers. In a web servers, what I'm teaching right now? Apache Nginx. You can see here blue color is nothing but very important. Orange is nothing but important. Third one is nothing but normal. It is like optional. So in the servers, we'll be covering web servers, cache servers, and database servers. Okay. And the web servers, I'll be covering Apache Web Server and Nginx Web Server. Under cache, I'll be covering Memcache, not Redis. I'll be covering Memcache. And under the database, we have relational database, non-relational database. In a relational database, I'll be covering not Oracle DB, I'll be covering MySQL DB and PostgreSQL. Okay. And in non-SQL databases, I'll be covering MongoDB or I will be covering DynamoDB, any one of these two tools. Okay. So from this particular part, we'll be covering servers as well. So operating system is done, server administration is done, and servers are done. Then CI/CD. Under CI/CD, I'll be teaching Jenkins and I'll be teaching GitHub Actions as well. Here it is written as CI, but here you can see it is GitLab, it is GitHub. So I'll be teaching GitHub Actions as well. Two topics will be covered here in this particular course right now. And after that, cloud. So which cloud we'll be learning right now? AWS. Okay. And in the monitoring and logging, what I need to cover? I'll be covering here Prometheus and Grafana, which comes under monitoring. And under logging, I'll be covering ELK. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Under logging, I'll be covering ELK. Now it is called as EFK, Elasticsearch, Fluentd, and Kibana. So these particular tools comes under monitoring and logging. I'll be covering this particular part as well. Why we
You
need to
can
do
zoom,
monitoring and logging? Sorry?
zoom. You can zoom in,
No, no. You're not able to see the screen.
zoom. Only not seeing that words.
You can see now the lens.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, what is monitoring and logging in the sense? After deploying your application, I want to see whether my application is running or not. Or if something goes wrong with the application or a server, I need to know why it went wrong or what went wrong. Then these particular tools will help you to identify that. That comes under monitoring and logging. Then finally, and then we'll be learning about infrastructure as a code, IAC. Under that, we'll be learning about configuration management tool. We'll be covering Ansible. That is one of the tool. And in containers, I'll be covering Docker. And in containers orchestration, I'll be covering Kubernetes. And in infrastructure provisioning, I'll be covering Terraform. Sorry, my bad. And under networking, I'll be covering all the fundamentals. You might have heard about OSM model, ISO model, 7 layers, application layer, session layer, transport layer, data link layer, physical layer, network layer, all these things. So we need to recall our graduation basics. Okay, straight away I cannot teach you all the networking. So we need to recall all the fundamentals. Then we need to learn about networking and security. And finally, programming is optional. As I told you, Python is a current widely used programming language. After that, we have Go language. So I would say this is optional in our course. I'll be not teaching this in the classroom of 3 months. If you want to learn about that, later we'll be giving access to the Python video classes. You can learn from there. Okay. So from this, if you learn any one of the tool from each and every topic, then you are called as DevSecOps engineer or DevOps engineer. Apart from the tools what I've told under security, then you will be called as DevSecOps engineer. Okay, development, security plus operations. So this is the career path. If I want to be a DevSecOps engineer, I have to learn this particular tools. No one can learn all the tools, right? I told you that we have to pick any one of the tool from each and every topic. That's what you have to understand. So any questions in this DevOps roadmap? No? Okay, let me go with the next one. Now these are the architectures. Why I'm showing you this architectures, because I told you I will give you a task, right? I will give you architecture after teaching the service or a topic, right? I'll be giving you architectures. You have to implement them. Initially you will struggle, no need to worry about that. You will struggle for sure. Later on you will do some R&D. Why I'm giving you this particular task is nothing but you will do some R&D research. You will search Google, YouTube, somewhere here and there. You will come to know new topics as well. That's the reason why I will be giving you architecture and I will tell you how to do that, and you have to practically do it. Okay, so these are the some sample architectures which I want to show in this particular demo right now, that these are the things what I will give you as a task to understand the whole concept. See, everybody can learn in individual topics, but integrating them is so important for our career to sustain in our DevSecOps job role and all. So these are the sample architectures. Today you will not understand, but when I talk about this architecture in detail in the actual sessions, then you will understand this. Okay. Now what is my designation after completing this course, which everybody will have? What I need to add in my resume, or what I need to search in Naukri, LinkedIn and all. You will be called as AWS Solution Architect Associate, and that is a code for this, or you can call it as Cloud DevSecOps Engineer. You can use any one of these roles. If you're searching for job opportunities, right, you can search with any one of these names for the course what you have learned right now. Okay, any questions in this?
So we'll be able to apply for certification for associate solution
Uh,
architect also.
if you, yeah, if you are planning for that, please let me know. I'll give you some career guidance. Okay, individual, and I will tell you each and every topic. What are the questions will be asked in interview and in the certification as well. Apart from that, if you are planning for AWS Solution Architect Associate, right, then let me know. I'll give you some other guidance as well. Okay, by conducting a call.
So how can connect you like on mail or
We'll be creating WhatsApp group and all for communication purpose, and I'll be creating a classroom as well to share the documents what I'm teaching here. See, in this particular entire course of my sessions, right, you no need to prepare any documentations. I'll be providing you all the documents of each and every topic except AWS. Because AWS is everything all about dashboard, right? You can just watch the recording videos. So recorded videos will be provided to you. What are the session was done on daily basis. If you went on vacation or if you are not able to join due to some health issues and all, you can watch the recordings. Anyway, daily basis they will do the recording and they will provide you the access. Okay, to be able to
for how
see
long the recording will be there with us?
1 year access. It is until 1 year.
Okay,
From
perfect.
here, Solution Architect Associate C03, right? You can mention C02.
But we can also call it as SAA hyphen 02 as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my personal information. And if you want to see my GitHub link, what are the repositories that I've created for training program and all, you can use that link, github.com/name. I think I have to change this. Now it is not the name. I'll change this. I've recently changed it. Yeah. So this is my YouTube channel. If you want to see my way of teaching and all, you can go to this particular YouTube channel and watch my sample videos of different topics like DevOps, like AWS DevOps, Azure DevOps, Terraform, Ansible and all. I've uploaded some videos in this particular YouTube channel, and pretty good you can watch there, and you will come to know my way of teaching and all, and what are the concepts I'm teaching. Okay, so don't worry about from which background you are. Even you are from IT background, I'll be teaching from scratch, because even one person is from non-IT background, I have to start from there. Okay, so this course is all about from scratch to the DevSecOps. Okay, so if we have any questions right now, you can talk to me technically. Anything related to course fees, timings and all, you can talk to Malti. She'll be helping out. And
How
one more
much
point, sorry.
real-time support will
Give me
available?
1 second. Give me 2 minutes. And moreover, we will be giving live demo sessions as well. So we have our own applications like ktengineers.com. All these are our applications. For example, visualpath.edu.com. And then we have visualpathtech.com. All these are our Visualpath websites running on AWS cloud. So I'll be giving live session on this particular live project as well. I'll tell you how this particular application got deployed. What are the automations we have implemented and all. Same points you can add in your resume that you worked on a project or you did some particular freelancing or something else. Okay. This is a live project which I'll be teaching you so that you will have some real-time experience as well. You can see this is one of the website which belongs to Visualpath. You can see here somewhere Visualpath. Okay, and this is Visualpath edu for educational, and this is for technology, Visualpath Tech. Okay, all these applications are running with the same code base. So I'll be teaching you one of the application how to develop. Means development I will not be covering. I will show you once a developer has given you the code, how will you deploy it as a DevSecOps engineer? Okay, so that I will be explaining you. Yeah. Any
Live project
questions?
will be at the end of the course, yeah?
Yeah, obviously, because you have to know all the tools, all the topics. Then I will be explaining this particular live project.
You can cover only one
And the
project or
timing will be
two
the
projects.
same, Sudhir.
One project is more than enough, actually, to be frank. But internally, I'll be covering some small projects, right? So that is enough. And this is a live project, so that you can explain in real time. In when you're going for any interview, right? You can use another name and all. Just you can explain this end to end. So this is end to end live project. It is. Between the topics also, I'll be giving you some particular task. It is almost equivalent to real-time task. Okay. Just you have to do the task what I give. If you do that right, that is more than enough to crack the interview and to survive in IT industry.
I have a small doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, by the end of this course that
Yeah.
will be taught by you, by the end of this course, are we be eligible to sit in any DevOps engineer interview, or do we have to do further certification courses or anything?
Certification purely depends upon the organization to organizations. Few companies doesn't need any certification. Okay, and few companies are looking for certification. If you feel that most of the companies are asking in interview, when let's say you uploaded your resume and most of the companies are asking for certification, then I would suggest do at least CKA certification, Certified Kubernetes Administrator. Okay, you'll have 17 questions. At least if you clear 13 questions right, you'll pass the exam, because the pass percentage is 65 out of 100.
Okay,
But the only thing is, it is practical exam. It is not choose the correct answers like AWS and Azure.
okay.
Yeah.
What about the
No need to
labs?
worry about that. If you practice for 2 weeks, right, thoroughly, 2 hours a day, you can clear the exam. It is not a rocket science that you cannot do.
All right, okay. So you mean
So,
doing that certification will be an add-on to this course
Yes.
that we are going to pursue, and
For
with that
example,
we
let's
will
say
be
we
able to
have.
crack any job, right?
Yes. So what I mean to say is, let's say for example, you went to an interview. We have 5 people resumes. Everybody is having the same knowledge. Then I will see the certification. You got the point,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah.
That's how it is.
Okay, thank you.
Sudhir, how we can connect you for the guidance, career guidance?
Sorry, I missed the word. What you told.
I was asking how we can connect to you with for the
You
career
meant to say
guidance
one to one?
in the DevOps.
Okay. We'll be creating WhatsApp group,
Yeah,
right?
means
At the time you can talk. Yeah, yeah. At the time you can ping me on one to one. okay, on the WhatsApp. So until the WhatsApp group is created,
Okay.
right, you can ask me at the end of the session in the call itself, the go-to meeting. Okay.
Okay.
So be open up. If you have want any help in career and all, you can talk to me on that. Okay, I'll give you my best. So whatever I know about it, if I don't know about that, I will say straight away that I don't know about it. If I know about it, I will try to explain you in a better way. But here onwards, right, try to prepare LinkedIn profile because most of the HRs are looking at LinkedIn profiles to shortlist your resumes. Okay, Naukri on these are like outdated ones. They are using it, but most of the companies are using LinkedIn profiles. They are looking at the LinkedIn profile, what you have written there, what is the resume that you uploaded, from how long you are using the profile. They are looking at that as well. So from here onwards, even if you're joining the course or not joining the course, create a LinkedIn profile. Okay, that is my career suggestion from my side.
From
You know
here,
LinkedIn,
you
right?
have,
By now, sorry.
yeah, you have to mention here Sonar Cube, static
Yes.
code analysis, tools available, static code analysis, Sonar Cube architecture and components. Like you
Yes.
have not said that quality gate and quality profile setting to the that is you have to mention, right?
Quality gate profiles, right? That I will not be teaching. Why? Because it comes under license key.
Okay. That that
We will be
DevOps
using
main
open
role is,
source.
yeah, DevOps is main role like a is called like a creating a quality gates and quality profiles and then fixing the code smells. That is no.
No, that is like, yeah. See, code smells, bug fixes,
Yeah.
hotspots, and then duplicate codes, everything will be identified. That I'll be teaching. Creating a project. In a SonarCube, we have something called creating a project. Then you have to create a rules. Okay. You're talking about the rules. That rules I'll be teaching. Don't worry about it. I'm talking that you can't create a rules about the quota because for that you need to purchase a license key. SonarCube is not a free of cost. Okay. In free of
Open source.
cost, you'll get only limited access.
Sonar, these all the DevOps tools is open source, right?
No, not everything. Not everything. It all depends upon the tool what we choose. So DevOps in the sense it's not about open source. DevOps is a culture to bring these two team together. Either you might be using open source tools or I might be using enterprise editions as well. It's not about only open source. Nowhere it is written that.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, welcome.
What about the labs?
Labs, right? I'll be telling you how to set up in this particular tools, what I'm teaching, right? You might have seen this, maybe or not. You will be using Oracle VirtualBox without disturbing your laptop operating system like Windows, right? You can practice on Linux operating system by creating a virtual machine. Okay, the setup, configuration, installation I will show you. You can practice here itself. But about AWS, right? You have to create your own account. So Visualpath is not providing you any account on behalf of us because if you do anything right, billing will be added. So I will be showing you how to create a free trial account. So free trial account is nothing but it is for 1 year validity. Okay, but limited. Limited in the sense what? For example, you are using Google Drive, right? Sorry, yeah, Google Drive, right? In a Google Drive, how much data you can store under free trial?
15 GB.
15 GB, right? If you cross beyond that, you have to pay the bill, right? So
Yeah.
similar to that, in AWS also we can use all the services, but up to some extent. So you have to use below that extent so that no billing will be applied. Okay, I will provide you guidance on that, what to do, what not to do on your AWS account. Okay, lab and all everything you can do on your own, and I will provide you the what are the necessary things that are needed. You can do on your own. Yeah. In the classroom training, 90% will be practical session, only 10% will be theoretical sessions. That's how I teach. I don't know about others, but 10% will be theoretical, 90% will be practical. That's how I teach. Any other questions, please, if you have any? So this is my YouTube channel. You can go to that and you can watch the videos and you will come to know my way of teaching, or we can use this GitHub link. And moreover, this is my GitHub link. I used to create all my course content and all in this GitHub link. You can see Kubernetes, all the chapters what I've created. If you want to learn Kubernetes, you have to go here and you can read the documents. Chapter 1,
Can
chapter
share.
2 and all.
Yeah, you can
Sorry?
share in the link.
Yeah, I'll share this. Yeah. And if you want to learn about Terraform and all, so all these courses are created in my GitHub account. Okay. I'll share this. You can watch my GitHub content as well if you want any idea. So please share your phone number and email address to Malati in this chat so that she will note down that and she will contact you about the course timings, when it will start and all. If you have already given, that's fine.
Did
Any
not
other
receive
questions to me?
link.
Sorry?
I did not receive your link.
Okay, let me just check once again. Yeah, sorry, it was to everyone. Yeah, everyone. Let me. I hope now you have seen this.
Right, right.
Yeah, you can use that link. And if you want watch YouTube channel, right, you have to just search for. Okay, so this is the channel. What we have, I'll just give this, and you can use this one as well to understand my way of teaching. That's all. Save these two links. It might be useful for your career as well. Any other questions to me? Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining this particular for this demo. I hope I have answered all the questions and I explained my best. So, what is DevSecOps and what are the topics that we'll be covering in this entire course? Okay. Thank you. Thank you all.